Hi, welcome back to another session of Christ-Centered Conversations. So today I'm actually going to talk about one of my articles, which is entitled Will vs. Work. And it actually stemmed from a motto that my school had. So if you're like from Singapore and you're Catholic and you've gone through secondary school, you'll probably know this school. Yeah, and then the motto is basically Ora et Labora, which is translated to pray and work. So a little known fact is that it's not actually exclusively to that school. It was actually one of the rules of Saint Benedict for his monks. And I thought it was very interesting because the first word is pray and not work. So it's pray and work. It's not work and pray. Because of that and a conversation that I had previously, the idea of like doing vs being, like especially for ministry members, right? Do we sometimes do too much in our ministry? Do we strive to do a lot of things instead of actually listening to what God wants us to do? A bit like the Mary and Martha thing, where Martha runs around and like tries to prepare everything for Jesus, while Mary's, according to Jesus, taken the better path of sitting down and listening to him. And so the article actually focuses on how we sometimes neglect our prayer, neglect God in the attempt of doing God's work.
Right.
Do we do God's work or do we do God's will? Because while most of the time doing God's will means doing his work, right? But sometimes we end up just doing his work, thinking that so long as we do something that's good, that we will be doing what God wants us to do. Right. But that's not necessarily the case, because I feel like sometimes people do need to step back to listen to God, to be in love once again with God before we can truly appreciate the will that he has for our lives. And it might not even consist of us doing things for our ministry or for the church, but it could just be sitting down and enjoying his love, enjoying and lavishing in his love.
Or being more present at home.
Correct. Yeah. So when we do something, we forfeit something else in the process.
Yes.
And how else can we balance all this except to ask the person who has all this in his head, who has all this planned out for us already, who wants the best for us, and that's God lah. And so that's the idea of the will vs the work of it all.
Right.
Yeah. So I hope you find the read interesting, and I hope it touches you as much as all of this stem from the thoughts that we've had.
Especially if you are a Josephian, I think you will find this particularly resonant.
Okay, thank you. See you again.